International football is back, people. After a long summer with the Copa America, World Cup qualifiers, and the Euros, we're only 2 weeks away until World Cup qualifiers return. But it is a special video because now the third round of qualifiers in Asia are starting. And that means that we're going to get some direct spots soon guaranteed in a year's time from Asia. So we're going to break it down. We're going to break down each group. Group A, Group B, Group C in separate videos. Today's video is on Group A. We got some tasty teams in this group. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. As we know with the Asian World Cup qualifiers for the third round, the top two will directly qualify to the World Cup, and the third and fourth place will go to the fourth round of Asian World Cup qualifiers. Let me know your thoughts. Which two teams will directly qualify from this group and have a ticket to the United States, Mexico, and Canada? As we break down Group A. So Group A, we have Iran, Qatar, Uzbekistan, UAE, Kyrgyzstan, and North Korea. Wouldn't it just be sensational, people, to see North Korea play at a World Cup in the United States? I mean, the movie might have a part 2, and that's going to the United States instead as a North Korean citizen. So first, I'm going to give sort of analysis of each team, and then I'm going to give you my predictions for the group. So Kyrgyzstan, they're a very difficult team to sort of read. They'll give you some good moments and then some terrible moments, and in the Asian Cup they were just average. They couldn't really score more than one goal. That was more evident also in the World Cup qualifiers in the second round, where they scored against Taiwan, they scored against Malaysia away, but other than that, it was one goal at home against Malaysia, one goal against Oman. They're not really a high scoring team. They just their manager Stefan Tarkovic is gone, and now they hired the Russian Maxim Lidzin, who was actually the manager of Kyrgyzstan for the Asian Games in 2023. If Kojo can get the goals, then Kyrgyzstan might have some chance of getting fourth place. I really don't think they have it. They have experience in defense. The midfield is sort of lacking. I think Kyrgyzstan will find it very difficult in this group. North Korea then. So, can North Korea qualify for their third World Cup? They qualified in 1966 and 2010, and it would just be so hilarious to see them play in the United States. Do you know how funny that would be? They will play all of their home games in Laos. Now, I don't know why they're not allowed to play in North Korea and this sort of issues, political, maybe that sort of stuff, but they will have to play their home games in Laos. Very physical team. If you watch the game they played against Japan, where Japan won 1-0, I mean, they were trying to end the careers of the Japanese players with some of the tackles. So, if you're ready for a physical game, watch North Korea. They will give that over and over again. And I did say this with my World Cup qualifiers review back in June, that they got lucky against Syria. Syria should have won the game. Syria had about a gazillion chances. They couldn't convert. North Korea won 1-0 with the late goal, and that's how they qualified to this round. Young Iguan was the main man in the round prior. He scored a lot of goals during that, and North Korea could be a very stubborn team. The fact that they only lost 1-0 to Japan, I think that speaks volumes, really, because we know how good Japan are in Asian World Cup qualifiers. I think North Korea could prove to be a very stubborn team to play against. Watch out for them. They could be a surprise. Then the UAE. Paulo Bento has qualified Portugal and South Korea to the World Cup. Can he take a third different team to the World Cup? And it would be the first time the UAE qualified to the World Cup since 1990. Now, I have no clue what has happened to Ali Makbout. I don't know if he's been exiled, like he's on an episode of Survivor, but where's Ali Makbout? The leading goal scorer of the nation, the guy who scores a gazillion goals in World Cup qualifiers, Asian Cup qualifiers, all that. I haven't seen him around recently. He didn't even play any minutes at the Asian Cup. So clearly there's some beef going on between Paulo Bento and Ali Makbout. But they do have some emerging stars within this national team. Sultan Adli and Arib Abdallah, very good players. We saw Sultan. I think he's a very good striker. He could be the next Ali Makbout for the UAE national team. The challenge they're going to have is these nations that are in their group are top quality. And the UAE, they struggled in the Asian Cup, even against Hong Kong. You know, they're giving up chances. I'm not really the biggest fan of the UAE right now, but they got the quality. They got a manager who's experienced in these World Cup qualifiers. Defensively, they were a horror show, I thought, in the Asian Cup. Really, I don't think they kept one clean sheet. Not one. You're going up against Qatar. You're going up against Uzbekistan, Iran. Even North Korea could score a goal. I think the UAE, the only way they're going to really win these games is if they outscore the opponents. 3-2, 2-1. I think the UAE will find it difficult throughout these qualifiers. Uzbekistan. Is this finally the time Uzbekistan make their debut at a World Cup? I would love to see it. And by the way, to any Uzbeks watching, I'm trying to find your kit online. I can't find it anywhere. So if you could leave me a link in the comments down below, that'd be fantastic because I need to get your kit. They have all the tools to finally make history for their nation. They have all the tools. They've been consistently very close to qualifying on numerous occasions, but they can't find that sort of second gear. Maybe it's a mentality issues, maybe it was a quality issue, but now I think they got the quality. From Kushnerov in defense, who's an absolute beast. The dude is a beast. To Uronov, Masharipov, and Faisulayev. Faisulayev, if you guys know when watching the Asian Cup and covering it, Faisulayev is one of those ballers I will rate now forever. At the Olympics, it wasn't his best, and it wasn't the best from Uzbekistan. I think Faisulayev is still a brilliant player, and he's going to have to be very key, very young. So over the next year with these World Cup qualifiers, he needs to emerge as that star for Uzbekistan. And now they have a healthy Smorodov, who wasn't featuring at the Asian Cup. That's a big plus for them. The pressure will be on Katanich, no doubt. If he doesn't deliver this, and if they're in a struggling position, like within 5 games in the qualifiers and they're sort of 4th or 3rd, could Katanich get sacked? Possibly, because this is now Uzbeks and Uzbekistan media need to put pressure on this team and Katanich. If they don't deliver this, I'm sorry, it's a failure. It's beyond a disgrace. The away form has improved, so that's a massive plus for Uzbekistan, whereas I think in the past that was something they struggled in. At home, I have no worries with them. So Uzbekistan, this might finally be their time. Qatar, back-to-back champions of Asia. They obviously qualified to the World Cup being hosts last time and were the worst hosts in World Cup history. Can they qualify to the World Cup without being hosts? We know the quality they got. Akram Afif, of course, is one of the best players in Asia. There is no doubt about it. What he did at that Asian Cup, he turned into Kobe Bryant. Just prime Mamba was Akram Afif. Yeah, he scored a hat-trick in the final. That was all penalties. But still, the guy is just a beast. He's got the car. He's just the magic man. The big concern I would have for Qatar is how can they perform away from home? Looking at the results, and they really haven't played a tough team in Asia away from home. They've all played them at home, basically. Then I kind of looked at their Gold Cup form, where they were at the Gold Cup last year. No, in 2023, excuse me. And they lost to Panama. They got destroyed by Panama, and they lost to Haiti. Yeah, they beat Mexico. Can that home form that they clearly have translate away from home? When you're going away to Iran, you're going away to Uzbekistan, it's not going to be easy for Qatar, but they got the quality, they got the manager Titi, who's a very good manager, and man, they got the confidence. Being back-to-back Asian champions, I think this is now a good opportunity for Qatar to make it to back-to-back World Cups. So then the last team we're going to talk about is Iran. So an aging team. Look at their average age, people. We might need to get retirement papers soon for these guys. But it kind of felt that the Asian Cup was theirs, and they bottled it. Yeah, they lost to Qatar in the semis. Very, very intriguing game. Very high emotions. There's so much emotions in that game. I still remember watching. I was like, wow, Iran, this was their chance to really win the Asian Cup for the first time since dinosaurs were around. But ultimately, they failed. Now, can they qualify for a 4th straight World Cup? No doubt Iran got the quality within their team. Esataoli to Taremi, who has now made the move to Inter, which I think is a great move for him. Jahanbash, even though the guy does not have a club right now. That's a big issue. Some of these players gotta find a club because they're free agents. And then Osman, the dude chose horses over high quality football. Really, Osman? Really? Remember when this guy, he was actually linked to Liverpool, my club. To go from that to choosing horses? Now look, maybe you're affectionate. Maybe he's, you know what Osman is? He's the Nikola Jokic of football. But instead of being Jokic, he's just an average dude. Jokic actually just performs on the court. Osman, the guy is strictly just choosing horses over playing football right now, and it's sad. Now, is there question marks on this team about how are they going to play and, the aging side? Of course, but they got experience within this side, which I think is very valuable in these World Cup qualifiers, going away from home and just managing it, because it's 10 games. It's a very long and rigorous process. So I think Iran will still be fine. And now let's get to my predictions. So in 6th place, I got Kyrgyzstan. I just don't think they have a chance. I really don't. 5th place, I got North Korea. I think North Korea could fight for that 4th spot against the UAE, who I have in 4th place. UAE, I think they got a very young team, an emerging side. They got some good stars coming through, but it might just be a little bit too early for them to truly shine. 3rd place, I got Qatar. I just think the Qatar, yes, they are back-to-back champions. Akram Afif, Ali Al-Moez, they got ballers, no doubt. I would still worry about how will they perform away in Uzbekistan and Iran. 2nd place, I got Uzbekistan. I think this is their time. This is Uzbek's time. If they don't do it, I'm going to be very, very disappointed. And one thing to note when it comes to Uzbekistan is their last 3 games. They're going away to Iran, away to UAE, and their last game is at home to Qatar. Can they secure it? And Qatar, their last 2 games is Iran at home and Uzbekistan away. So those last 2 match days are going to be absolute fire. I cannot wait for it. And in first place, I got Iran. I think they will qualify directly to the World Cup alongside Uzbekistan. So let me know your thoughts, people. We will obviously be covering the Asian World Cup qualifiers and all World Cup qualifiers on the channel. So if you like that sort of content, this is the place to be. Remember to hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Remember to join the Discord. Link to that is in the description down below. We're going to be talking about the World Cup qualifiers on the Discord. We'll be talking about Osmo choosing horses over football, all that sort of stuff. And let me know your predictions in the comments down below. Have a beautiful day. Stay safe in this crazy world. And Asian football is about to get lit. Adios.